Everybody, we're back again. It's a continuation of the previous discussion, the topic about the creation of jinn first and then mankind after the jinn, based on the evidences derived from the Holy Quran. So basically, today we're going to look at another verse, and this verse is it's the second verse of the Holy Quran, which is the verse of the cow. That's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at Quran chapter 2, verse 30. So basically, this verse says, وإذ قال ربك للملائكة إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة. When Allah said in the Holy Quran that إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة, that I'm going to create, I'm going to leave on earth a vicegerent. So basically, what Allah was saying in the Holy Quran was saying that إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة, I'm going to appoint, I'm going to leave. And others could interpret it as I'm going to create somebody who's going to be a vicegerent on earth. So then afterwards, the angels, when they were told that, they had to respond, and they said, أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيُسْفِكُ الدِّمَاء, that are you going to place on earth a person who's going to cause a lot of destruction, a person who's going to destroy and shed blood? You can see the exclamation over here. It's known in Arabic as istifham inkari. In other words, they didn't desire what was being said to them. That's the reason why they had to question, although the angels, so they can't question what the Creator is saying. That's the reason why he had to respond further afterwards that inni a'lam ma la ta'lamun, that I know what you know not. In other words, I know what you do not know. So this is basically how it was. And then afterwards, that creation process came in based on the Holy Quran. And then we're going to go deep in the next session, probably. We're going to look at more details on what exactly happened. But besides all that, we're going to look at the evidence itself, which is in the Holy Quran. So I've just opened a verse of the Holy Quran, the same verse that I was just looking at now, which is Quran chapter 2, verse 30, which is Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah 13. In other words, verse 30. So it says over here, and I've written it on the board here on the white wall as well, إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة, then أتجعل فيها ما يسفك الدماء ما يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء. So basically the verse is over here, and I'm going to read it together. وإذ قال ربك للملائكة إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة. When your Lord say to the angels that I'm going to leave a vicegerent on earth, and then it continues by saying قالوا أتجعل فيها ما يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء ونحن نسبح بك ونقدس لك وقال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون. And then they said, we praise you, and then we glorify you fully, so you don't need all that. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the verse, Allah says, إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون, that I know what you do not know. So basically that's what the verse says. And if you could take a closer look, at the interpretation over here, then you will see that the angels, okay, it says here, behold, thy Lord said to the angels, I will create a vicegerent on earth. They said, wilt thou place therein one who will make mischief therein and shed blood? And you can see the question mark is also written here. And then afterwards, what we do celebrate thy praises and glorify thy holy name. He said, I know what ye know not, that I know what you do not know. So this was the occurrence that happened before the creation of mankind, that I'm going to create somebody who's going to be a vicegerent on earth. So this is basically how it took off. Then from here, the angels were present, and definitely another creation, which is the creation of jinn, Iblis, was also present. And then afterwards, the story goes on further, but we're going to clarify that further in the next session. And again, I'm just trying to compare and contrast and give you some sort of evidences from the Quran on what happened according to the Quran, and then afterwards how mankind was brought into place. then the jinn now also became active with other clarification of the creation of the jinn being from smokeless fire and mankind being from clay, etc. So we're going to look at that in the next session. So we'll leave it here for now with these few words, and probably in the next session we are going to continue. For those that speak vernacular, Bemba, Nyanja, whatever you call it, Zulu. In other words, lero twandire okulondola pali creation ifyakitike pa beginning. Okwebatile serwashire panga erwashire fayo kupanga omuntu alisando kati nalasha omuntu walasenda obupyani pachalo. Then uli omuntu walasenda obupyani pachalo eyo nalapanga. Then afterwards ama angels balisala ndoke bati walapanga omuntu mubike pachalo wala wabona ushu wala unaula nokwipa ula abantu abapisana. Then he responded saying ukwebati inana alishibe fintevota mwaishiba so ninchibe fondechita. In other words, so efo chali so pali no nchita we're just going to clarify no nchita compare if you think to fire ikatana shani na ila creation to anzepo before yama jinn ne yama na creation ya abantu. So then tomorrow we'll continue and we'll do another compare and contrast in order for us to get to a conclusion that the jinn were created first, and then afterwards the different nations of jinns and the different races and the different categories and levels. So with these few words, we're going to leave it here for today, and then we'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.